Hi everyone, you have fallen to Planet Serving from this awesome in gaming. So this is Shadowrun Returns. We are doing a Shadowrun. If you're not familiar with it, D&D sort of played itself out. People wanted more. The digital world, we've been doing a lot of legwork on this job, but it's going to require a trip to cyberspace and back to ID the Ripper, the Matrix, the cybernetic analog inside the grid, the worldwide computer network. Digital world, information brought to life inside cyberspace. Your avatar does all the work while your beat body's left behind. All around your avatar are pathways. So what we're doing is hacking in and picking up some data on the Ripper's goings on. He took out one of our friends who actually left us cash. The guy knew he would meet an untimely end, which is not uncommon for Shadowrunners. They're a criminal organization. They're not a syndicate. And you kind of work your way up just by building contacts, etc. I was hoping to get some peace and quiet tonight. You got something for me? Got a flight recorder. Wouldn't happen to be an Ares flight recorder, would it? Some very powerful buyers are looking for that right now. You can get rid of it for you for 20%. What would I have make it 2,500? Might as well deal. Pleasure doing business. So I certainly needed the yen. Let's see. We've got another merc with us. Can end the mission unsuccessfully. Or we can just jack right back in, which we might as well. So, my deck is equipped. I've got my reaching shotgun, etc. Johnny Clean's coming in with me, and we're trying to find out more about this guy's identity. I got laid up last time though, so ESP execute attacker. We have to hop back in and see what's going on. So you become a shadow basically when you go in there. It just dumps me back out. Brilliant. Johnny Clean. Supposed to go through the archway. Feeling brilliant. Alright. It's interesting because they rarely let you run a mission alone. Off the drop, you're on police crime scenes, that sort of thing. And they don't really want you in there by yourself. They want you working as part of a crew. So whether or not you co-op, come on. From there, Johnny's a pretty good mercenary. I'm in denial that they can hit me that hard. Especially through that. You don't technically have to take them out before you hack. Do I have? I don't. Okay. I'm gonna say, do I have the healing kit? I think he does. So we've got to short that before he can heal me. Jacking out will cause me to be stunned. I'm gonna cancel that. Might as well check this out. Medical board 1. So we're looking for a Silas Forsberg. We did find out an identity. Pediatric record. Entry stands out from the rest. Child suffers from chronic depression and social anxiety, most likely caused by his physical abnormality. You mutate in the future, so you have elves and trolls and so on, but it's because of our technology. So they took everything that was fantasy and made a hard left into cyberpunk before it was cool, and kind of developed the whole thing. We've seen many cases like this recently with the outbreak of changeling children being born. The aberrant, I think it's aberrant, physiology we're seeing, there is no telling what sort of brain functions are affected. Prescribed a series of sedatives last year that seem to have no effect, upping the dosage. Okay, that's the whole thing there. Data missing or corrupted. Contact your admin. Probably not. The file is quite large and takes well over an hour to read through. The final entry, however, is most significant. It's written by Dr. Henry Knowles. Silas has overcome significant mental disorders and no longer goes through periods of violent episodes. Latest medications have proven especially effective, but I believe that being treated by another elf has significantly impacted his treatment. Unfortunately, my efforts to maintain an emotional boundary with him have proven challenging. He's bonded to me in an unhealthy and frankly unnerving way. His hero worship exhibits itself in the form of mimicked speech patterns and adopting my drops. For this reason, and for the health of the patient, I'm assigning another doctor to his case. I'll inform him next session. That was like it then, huh? So he goes on a serial killing rampage and falls off the grid. So Johnny is relatively healthy, whereas I'm hurting. Kind of run around in small circles here. See if you can just drop them. It won't really let you close out until you have the whole log. So you have to go through and you have to get everything in the database. It kind of makes sense. The guy that you're going up against is extremely dangerous. The cops are on him. They have special detectives assigned to the case. The newspapers are all over it. So he's really been going to town. What he does is he strips organs from his victims, which isn't particularly smart because it takes away from big business. Obviously, since mutations happen and so on, people look at bodies a little bit differently. And so, holy cow, what did I trip? So, when you have a dead body now, it goes to a prop shop if you can't afford a funeral. And after some organs get removed, it's taken care of properly. So they addressed a really specific what happened. That was odd. For some reason that reflected in the physical world, which it shouldn't have. And then I don't have turn-based anymore. Well, let's see what the rest of the medical board has to say. Employment, oh, that's employment records. Henry Hollings Holmes, MD, PhD. Currently holds the position of Chief Psychiatrist and Administrator at Mercy Mental Hospital, Snohomish, Washington, UCAS. 4554. Mercy, 40 to 45, attending psychiatrist, 30 to 40, private practice. The whole thing, huh? So we got everything. We just have to jack out of the line. You have these little fiefdoms, local area networks that are run by the people. Johnny, what the heck happened? Oh wow, I really don't have fudge. Did I jam my game? That'd be unfortunate. Hold on. Discover the identity of the Ripper, jack out of the land. This should not cause a problem. Basics. There we go. Just work around the camera not moving. It doesn't generally, and then it just auto-jacks us out. That's so strange. I must have hit a hiccup somehow. Well, we'll just finish up the mission and reality is at the end of day contextual. And as the meat world comes back into focus, your head once again tries to settle on which world is the real one. I don't see why that would matter. So you're inside of a computer network using VR to navigate. This has been normal since, our fingers lined up with our eyes. While the philosophical question lingers in your meat body demands food and drink. Alrighty. So you can hook back up with the denizens of the Seamstresses Union where you're kind of holed up. Just one glance is all you need to tell that the good doctor is exhausted. So they have a whole underground. I'm not one to talk, but you look like Drek. Right there isn't much I can do for that. And they all, work together with the Shadowrunners. Snaps her fingers and calls forth the spirit perched on her shoulder. can I do for you? Let's look at your cyberware. Never mind. So you basically buy and sell down here. I got everything that I was going to get out of them, so I guess we go talk to Johnny Fry. Here's David. Dave, where's your bro? Weisman, Algernon, Huberman. David looks almost as tired as you do. You can tell this case has gotten under his skin. Any luck? Found an exact match for the DNA. It was linked to a dead chop shop assistant. The name was Silas Forsberg. I have my theories. What do you think is going on here? Silas must have a twin brother. Maybe Silas faked his death. DNA evidence doesn't belong to the killer. You know, we already had to deal with one set of twins. That's a distinct possibility. What was it that we saw in the autopsy report? His face was so mangled, they had to use dental records to identify him. He was killed by sedatives. The coroner still thought he ripped his own face off. Probably option B. It's got drug use, it covers the violent end, etc. Coroner really phoned it in on that one. Happens way too often when there's no next of kin. Interesting, so nobody could pay for the autopsy. They matched the identity by dental records, not the most reliable. Matches up with something I've seen runners try. It's easy enough to find a body shop that'll make a replica set of teeth for you. Find some schlub off the street, no one will miss, swap the teeth, throw the heat off your trail for a while. Luckily I've never been that desperate. Why would he need to go to those lengths? Would the police records have something linking him to a different crime? He had a core gunning for him. Probably got in over his head on loans. He had prior unlicensed plastic surgery. I'm not going to find proof of that laying around. It's a little strange that he would do this to slip some pursuer. Left his belongings to a psychiatrist. Wouldn't he want to keep them? Had a psychiatrist. I don't think he had him help fake his death. Alternative treatment. It goes wrong. Maybe another elf would have helped him out. Why would his DNA wind up at the crime scene, though? Is he posing as a doctor from a previous murder site? Maybe they're the same person, maybe someone planted it, or maybe they are the same person. Silas became Dr. Holmes. Yeah, that's borderline personality disorder, is the single white female one. If you replace the real Holmes, it's probably whose body they found in Silas's apartment in the first place. Oh, that's creepy. So our boy, when he got capped, put us onto a major league killer. Employment records have him as administrator at Mercy Rental. A picture on his file matches the person you saw downtown. The same person this DNA belongs to. All the evidence points to him being your killer. And he had previous plastics, so guess I'm about to get a big payday. Finally, I can bring my friend Sam's murder to justice. That clearly did not want to be found. If I was you, I'd hire a team before going over. I sideloaded a ton of valuable data from those Lone Star Matrix nodes. Here's your cut. You're not coming? That part here is done. You might want to go sticking your hand into a hornet's nest, but I'm a little more worried the jobs I take these days. So we'll pick up a crew and go bust this guy. Finally, he killed Sam, and we've been after him ever since. So it's time to gear up, etc., and just basically do some, basic house cleaning and so on. So we'll do that off screen. You found what to play next. Link in the description below if you do want to play along with the game. Shadowrun Returns is amazing. It's part of a trilogy that's also on sale quite frequently. So we'll pick up some magic here. What else is down there? You have Gamer Grind, Gamer Coffee shipped to your door. Put your logo on merch for like nothing bucks. You can support the Pirate Queen. We have an awesome logo. It's on our merch as well. They're a great company to work with. We love them. KLFI, buy this chick your coffee, $1 make me smile. Or we're on Patreon. If you want to support us on Patreon monthly, we do a whole lot of, really great digging through indie games and supporting the indie company while they're developing games. So we bring you something awesome and then you can in turn participate. Let's see. I already have armor of I have so much money and I have basic armor. I can have a little bunny rabbit for my head. Obviously we're gonna buy this. Have that on. Look at me! I'm intimidating now. You're glad you stuck around for that. Most of all, hit subscribe. So if you hit subscribe and you hit the little bell, then what that'll do is pop you up a thumbnail. So if you're following along with the Shadowrun, if that's, your jam, then you can hit us up there. If you're really just more into the indie scene, or if you want to find, free games for nothing bucks, games that show you a new mechanic or how new devs are using the mechanic, or a blockbuster that forwarded gaming in the past or just came out and is forwarding gaming, then you can just keep an eye out and see if you want to spend 10-15 minutes with us. We try to keep these pretty short. So we love you guys. We love that you're always along for the ride, and we'll see you in the next video.